Hello Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Crosswatchers, welcome. This is your monthly career, yes, career by sign, predictions reading for October, okay? Time is fluid though, so stretch it out if you need to. It still is a general collective reading, so please only take what resonates. Don't let anything take from you, especially when it comes to craft, career and finances. It's very important that you seek financial and professional advice where necessary. That's too many. We have Quincunx, complexity, conjunction, empowerment, Leo the lover, 11th house and the edge, and craft at the bottom did want to make itself known, which is talking about your daily method of operation, work, service, duty, even health too, health and wellness. Okay. All right, Virgo, what is going on? What is going on? Quincunx and complexity talks about needing to solve something, and something feels like it's been irritated for a reason, so that you pay attention to it, almost like you need to scratch an itch. It also feels like something needed to be understood in a certain way. It's like someone was speaking as I say, try to say that. Well, it's like someone was speaking a foreign language and it needed translation. Strong, like alien vibes, could have a lot to do with. Wow, what the heck? The Quincunx energy is getting me, right? There's a element here of like training the AI to understand you, training ChatGPT to understand you. Look, I haven't really delved. Whoa. Oh my gosh. You might feel really out of your depth at the minute when you try to understand something, and I feel like it has to do with technology here. But you're trying to empower yourself with knowledge is what I'm picking up. It's like training something to understand something. And I haven't dealt much with AI or ChatGPT, and so I understand their concept, but it's like what you can use it for, I don't fully understand at this point. And I used to really care about these things. I worked in IT, but I have complete burnout when it comes to that. And I'm just like, I just don't have the capacity to bother to understand. And I think you may have gotten to that point as well, where you're just like so overwhelmed with too many other things coming out. It's like threads. What do I do with this? You know, another thing? Do I need this? And everyone did the same thing. There's a lot of people that questioned it, but there was a lot of people that were like, well, I've got to jump on it, because when Instagram first came out, the first people that jumped on it had success. And so there's an element of like, I don't want to be overwhelmed, but I have to, you know, throwing yourself overboard to learn new things, to adjust, and there's a remain relevance kind of energy coming up here, so I can empower myself, so I can become better, so I can communicate better, so I can enhance and strengthen what I have to offer. Okay, my public image, the way I appear, my confidence, how I create. Okay, very important for creatives. But there's an element of like keeping things raw. I'm drawn to the fact that this is like space age and can be smoke and mirrors and lots of puzzle pieces coming together, and a certain level of alchemy and magic at play here. Whereas I feel like this with the raw paint strokes is feeling like, but I don't want to lose the authenticity. I don't want to lose the tactility, okay, of doing the things that I want to do and the way I want to do them. There's a strong energy here of together we can become more powerful. If I empower myself with these pieces of technology, with these this particular education, with this language, then I can avoid overwhelm by intensifying my strengths rather than my weaknesses. Okay, so it's like a little bit of overwhelm now will strengthen what I have to offer. We'll add glowing reviews, we'll add bedazzlement to what I have to offer. There is an element here that there could be ego involved of like, yeah, needing to keep up with the Joneses, and remembering where you could go too far out of your field in terms of like, I want to keep things like grassroots, but I also want the attention and I want to shine, so I do have to bring a part of that in. So balancing out your ego of going, okay, well, how far do I take it is important here. There's an element of trusting the process too coming through, especially with Leo and the lover energy. It's like, I'm meant to keep flourishing. That's who I am as a Leo. But like your Virgo energy here is also that energy of you're quite hard on yourself and needing to kind of have like a perfectionistic outlook on things is very you, but you're also resourceful, okay? And you are ruled by Mercury, Virgo. So there is a need to empower your communication so that you can stay under the limelight or stand out even more, or so that you can express yourself overtly better, because you're discovering that when you do, you find or you attract more people that understand you, a community, okay, that you can collaborate with, friendships. Even as you learn this, you may find friends who want to learn the same thing. And there's an element here of discovering things together that can then help you, almost like it's like a cauldron. Again, a sense of magic coming through with that quincux and complexity. If we throw all our ideas in the cauldron, we can stir them up, and there's a rebellion that comes from that. People don't like other people coming together and making waves together and creating like a whole new thing, right? And it's like a force, a resistance, a resilience, a rebellion really coming through that helps you all move forward. So if you are learning something with a group of people, it seems to benefit all of you. You are coming across as very creative in the process. And some may say it's excessive for you to be learning this much, but I think you're saying, watch me. Watch how this will change things. I feel like you're making a wish here, or you've set an intention here. Again, because the spaceship and the spaceman. I only wanted to be. That song just came into my head. Little lost in space kind of moment. And as I say that, I'm hearing Dr. Joe Dispenza's. If you've ever listened to one of his manifestations, I freaking love him so much. But the way he does his manifestations cracks me up. I mean, meditations. Okay, manifestation is important here. I keep wiping my face, and I did that with, was it Pisces? I think Pisces was getting like really up close. They had the 11th house as well. I'm sure of it. Yeah, it's like you need to kind of rub your eyes to really see what you're seeing here. I feel like you're making a bold discovery, but I'm hearing Dr. Joe Dispenza's voice saying, and in the space of the space of the space. So again, it's like layers and layers and layers. It's like mind blown, mind blown, mind blown. Specific for someone, and I don't know why. Okay, Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. 60. And Otter Spirit, you were never alone. Yeah, community, new friendships, circle of friends, philanthropy too, coming through. Interesting. Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. Yeah, you're deep diving into what is complex. Even though you want to, look, it's coming, your intention is to heal and to cooperate and to stabilize with harmony. How can I make my work process, my craft, my expression of my work more harmonious? How can I bring it into more balance? And especially if you're trying to lighten your load, okay, in terms of your workload, you're like, if I delegate half, because the 6 talks about like 2 things being fair and harmonious. How can I delegate half of what I do? How can I cut down on half of my workload by engaging a community or engaging a piece of technology, perhaps both, that then we mesh together, and with our powers combined, wow, we make the sun. Like there's a positive energy coming from this, definitely, but it's a deep dive, and you know it's going to take a learning curve, but you're not alone in this process. You have the support of others, and I think it's a very loving energy. Leo the lover and the otters in the love heart shape where they stick together like glue like that is just so freaking adorable. Really soulmate kind of soul tribe people that seem to really get what you're trying to do, and who will, what I want to say is honestly give as much as you do. You could have been longing for these type of people to come, and you've also been longing for this transformation. Motorbike coming through, that seems to be a Leo thing, there's a fast-moving, loud noises. But I think you've been longing for a clear sign, right? Loud motorbike going past, a clear sign that these people are coming in. What else does Virgo need to know in the month of October when it comes to Antelope Spirit? We're going to take all of these because I feel like things were moving slow and now they're picking up. Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. Card number 2. We have 64, Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. Man, those things will chase you the F down. You interrupt the hornet's nest, the wasp nest, you're going to know about it. And that's the thing. This is life stings, so it can, and it's complex, and it requires translation, and it contradicts sometimes, and it mystifies, and it irritates sometimes, right? Scratch that itch if you're bitten by something. Man, that stings. It does that so we can learn, so we can empower ourselves and strengthen ourselves and intensify our strengths so that we can move forward as this like stronger in numbers kind of energy. 5, Bat Spirit, a rebirth is assured. Okay, so there isn't, with this intensity of the Wasp Spirit, which is very scorpionic, I have to say, there is a rebirth process that's happening. It's like you're born more confident then. You become, this empowerment is like, aha, you kind of step up. Not kind of, but I'm seeing you step up like on a platform, you know, like on a winner's platform, like first, second, third kind of energy. Koi Fish Spirit, there is always enough. There's plenty to go around, and your community or tribe or the people you're working with definitely understand this, that there's success, there's room enough for all of us to have success here. Wow. I love this. I don't know what industry you're in, but that feels really healthy. Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. All the small things. Okay, 40, card number 40. Card number 49, Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. You feel like this meeting these people is extremely lucky too. Or you think that even if you've got a guide helping you to do this, it's extremely lucky because it would be hard for you to understand this completely by yourself, is kind of coming through too. The small things meaning the details. I'm for the first time kind of seeing like a crown background that this mouse is sitting on. And it's like, even when you do feel empowered, remember to keep paying attention to get that close up and then zoom back. Close up, zoom back. Take things to the edge where you need to in your mind's eye or in your metrics so that then you can pull things back and you can know where you need to start from. We have card number 17 and regeneration. That's that rebirth energy, Aries energy showing up here. So lots of fiery energy. And it does feel like something was put on a Bunsen burner to cook. Like it needed time to prepare. It needed time to boil. Okay. And this is tarragon. So a herb, a spice. Gardening adds years to your life and life to your years. Yeah, learning adds years to your life and life to your years. It's going to give you a lot of inspiration. And this collaboration, these people, even if you're not like actively collaborating with you, it could just be a support group or something like that, even online support group that really feeds into you embracing this learning curve, and finding new ideas and learning from each other strongly. Like with the learning that you do privately, there's an equal amount of learning from each other happening at the same time. Okay, can you give us more information about what is happening? Can you clarify what is happening in career and craft and finances in the month of October for Virgo? 5 of Coins, 5 of Swords. The 5s are about instability, change, sometimes conflict as well. The Moon. That's one of my favorite movies, by the way. This is the movie deck. 9 of Wands. There are things hidden from you, but they're hidden because you need to keep persevering until you can see them, okay? The High Priestess, yeah. You may not be telling everyone about this group, this growth, the thing that you're doing until it's time, until it's cooked, okay? Remember I was talking about like it needs to boil. This, the High Priestess energy, she has a knowing that there's success to come, okay? So this 5 of Coins and the 5 of Swords that we started with here is like, possibly this has been put in your lap, this necessary learning has been put in your lap because your finances were lacking or your financial mindset was lacking, and you needed to move away from, you needed to set yourself apart is what that Five of Swords is kind of giving me. You needed to set yourself apart from the noise of what everyone else is doing and how everyone else is functioning. The Six of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Moon. Success is coming. That Spirit's just saying they're not going to show you exactly how just yet. And you will learn as you delve into the complexity of things. As you pay attention to the small things and the details, you will learn what you need to know. And then that's why you're able to keep this keep this a little bit quiet. The High Priestess and the Moon is about trusting your intuition, especially when it comes to who you collaborate with and who you communicate this all to. And who you maybe even, like, it's also saying, like, maybe everyone doesn't need to know every detail of why you even started seeking out this thing. You're getting a level up, but in a way that isn't egotistical. There's still a message here about making sure that you stay humble with this information. Bringing the human element to AI is important here. The Nine of Wands is talking about persevering, and you had to get to this point to get to this point. You had to be in this state of going deep, okay, deep dive in the Moon, going deep with your emotions, to get... I want to say get physical with your planning and your procedures, and it's like a reality check is coming through. It's a reality check to get super clear on what you're doing and reinvigorate and regenerate what you are doing and how you do it so that you can take it to a new level of success. So you can be in the spotlight naturally and consistently, I feel, with stability, okay? You've got the Fool and the Devil, okay? Forrest Gump, and I know this movie, I just can't think of it at the minute. A Tarantino movie, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so it's like I'm ready to head off in this new direction, and I'm ready to be attached to the process. I'm ready to put my all into the process. Interesting energy there with the Devil. Queen of Swords. Yeah, again, just keeping iconic Sharon Stone. Keeping a sense of mystery, and I know that's like juxtaposed with the image if you know the movie and the scene. It's keeping certain things a mystery here. No one needs to know about this, like not everyone needs to know about this journey and why you're going, but you're damn ready. You're so ready to make a mark and make your own story, and it might be different, but it's going to be colorful. You know, I need to add all these elements into the mix because I have high expectations of myself. Virgo, I have high expectations of myself. And I'm resourceful and I want to be helpful, but I also require resources and I also require help. Clarify the Devil energy for me, please. Eight of Wands. Yeah, lots of communication coming in fast. This is something that's going to occupy a lot of your time. Ace of Cups underneath as well. So yeah, offers of help are coming in after a period of not being in denial about allowing it to come in. So the Devil energy is also talking to me about there may be certain, you are never alone, but there may be certain people who are a little bit more intense about this than you are. And I think that that's where you could easily rub shoulders with too much ego and miss the raw earthiness that you require to keep in your practice, in your work, in your method of operation. If you get too far down the slippery slope of becoming addicted, obsessed, being unhealthily attached to something, then there is an element here where it could be detrimental. I also feel like don't get too attached to the outcome and how other people are going to perceive this when it comes out, because it's like quiet, keeping quiet, doing the work, going on this journey, little baggage, away we go. I'm ready. some would call you a fool for jumping into this, and that's why I think you're holding back a lot of communication. But then don't be so obsessed or hung up on the way people will receive it when it does come out, when the truth is revealed, when the communication is coming through. And it's also an element of, just because you know this, don't, I want to say mansplain. I hope you understand what I'm saying with that. Don't become someone who just overrides everyone else's conversation, and every single link that anyone ever talks about, you're like, oh, well, I know the answer to this and I know that. And it's like, it becomes a bit toxic. Okay, so just be careful of that. I feel like there's something else we need to know. I just saw the Emperor. So again, that entrepreneurial energy, but it's Aries energy, and when Aries is in reverse, it's very egotistical. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there's enough for everyone. That reminder under here of the koi fish, there's enough for everyone to go around. And I think there's a gracefulness, there's a humbleness, there's a power to keeping quiet about your intelligence sometimes. There's power in silence, and you're kind of going about your business and sharing pieces of it with who needs to share it. And I think that's going to bring in a lot more opportunities for you than potentially the person who takes this information and starts blabbing it all over the place, trying to big note themselves, okay? So I don't know why someone here needed to hear that. Maybe it's because if you encounter a person like that, if it's not you that's going to be feeling this way and behaving this way, you may encounter some people in your friendship or in this group who take it too far. And it's just saying, you don't have to be like them, okay? Judgment in reverse and Six of Swords. Yeah, if you don't look clearly at yourself and point the finger clearly at yourself and regenerate yourself as well, and it's almost like knowing how much to, if you stay in this energy, right? If you stay in this energy and you temper how much you reveal to people and you use your intuition about that, then you will be making the right judgment calls and not moving into chaos. But if you do follow someone who seems to be misusing their judgment or misusing their power, then you may end up in a state of, it could end up back into this Five of Swords, like competitive, jealous, petty arguments kind of energy. So choose wisely, okay? Choose wisely the direction in which you want to move with this information. It seems like you're really getting like the keys to the kingdom, and what you do with that is going to be very interesting. With this knowledge, it really unlocks a certain superpower within you. I'm going to take the top one. And that one sat there for a reason. We'll take that too. Let us not hope for mere chance to change our story. Let us summon the courage to change it ourselves. Some will stand in our way, but we mustn't hide or minimize ourselves any longer. This person could stand in your way, right? They might want to block you because the Queen of Swords only shows part of herself. That's so revealing. Someone may stand in your way once you are armed with this knowledge and they see you as too powerful. So even though you find your soul tribe and you find people who really understand you and seem to get you, still even within that group, you may find some people who want to put themselves first. So be careful of who you follow. You know, the full energy is like, be careful who you follow. Maybe it's even just on social media and you're like, oh, I want to be just like that person. But it's like almost like don't meet your heroes kind of energy. Become your own hero, Forrest Gump. Because sometimes people will try to minimize us. And I think you've done that to yourself for long enough. So we don't want to be back believing that rubbish. Greatness belongs to those who have mastered the ability to focus relentlessly. There is an addictive element to this, on their ambitions and act decisively towards them. Okay. Relentlessly going for what you want, and it's out of necessity, I feel too, because you know that you need to move forward. So you're like, all right, it's time for me to learn that thing. Okay, let's get a law of attraction money card here for you. I have control over the thoughts that I think. Keys to the kingdom. 33. Okay, might want to look that up. The threes are about expression, groups, and growth. Since you have control over what thoughts you offer, what could be more just than powerful law of attraction responding equally to everyone who offers a vibration? What? Since you have control over what thoughts you offer, What could be more just than the powerful law of attraction responding equally to everyone who offers a vibration? Well, very verbose. Once you gain control over the thoughts you think, your sense of injustice will subside and will be replaced with the exuberance for life and the zest to create that you were born with. Yes. Once you gain control over the thoughts you think, your sense of injustice will subside and will be replaced with the exuberance for life and the zest to create that you were born with. Okay, so if you think that it's been unjust up until this point, that you haven't, gotten to the edge and, you haven't made it viral, or you haven't like hit the peak, and it's like, how come other people are doing that? A sense of jealousy and sense of ego, like I have to stand out here. And especially if someone else, like as you learn, it pops up and tests that once again, then let everything in the universe be an example to you of the way the laws of the universe work. You need to not get caught up in the way injustice has worked in your life and replace it with just an exuberance for learning in general. That is the keys to the kingdom. Let's get an affirmator here out for Virgo, please, Spirit, when it comes to career, craft, and money in October. Final message for Virgo, please, Spirit. You're getting so many cards. Friendliness. Whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. Today, I will remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. Note, in a pinch, money will also work. Oh, there's one literally stuck behind it. Okay, so crocodile smiles. Friendliness is going to get you everywhere too, but also remembering that certain crocodiles with a grin can have ulterior motives is, honestly, I have to say that. Magic. I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time. And though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidence, and I'll fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable. Yeah, an exuberance for life of what you're learning, okay? Even though it's difficult and even though it's outside your comfort zone. Patience. Congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. That's a bonus card. Interesting that it says go to the post office, so you might be sending it, send that patience, but also send it when it comes to learning, really give it some. Inspiration. There is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon it will be a flawless speech voiced by James L. Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. Lots of applause is coming. You know this. You know why you're learning this. And so keep that at the forefront. Don't get too worked up or too caught up in not only keeping up with the Joneses for what you were trying to achieve in the first place, but once you find the tribe and the learning environment, don't get too caught up in what they are doing and how they are doing it either. There's going to be certain people in this group or class that will be very supportive and very collaborative, and there will always be that one person that just wants to, take it too far. So there is a lesson in this, but I think that what's coming for you is such empowerment, but it also feels like ease. There feels like a sense of delegation coming through here, and it's having the clear vision to not only have the courage to start and then have the discipline to continue unbothered, okay? And all of this mystery energy is kind of saying, without leaking too much of what you're learning out too soon, and then completing something with an element of, now I can stand out, now I can succeed, now I can, and it's like succeed more, take things to the edge. It's like you're already doing well, but there's an element of pushing it even further after the fact. But you have to survive this middle bit of like not getting too caught up in other people's judgment, games, stories, and staying really clear about where your greatness belongs and the intention behind the reason why you're doing this in the first place. And keeping that raw grassroots kind of energy that you want to keep It's like using paint instead of, you know, the iPad to create a piece of art here is the metaphor coming through. I hope this resonated with someone. Please let me know in the comments below what you can take from this and how it's going to benefit your career or business moving forward in the month of October. If you would like to book a personal reading, the link to that is in the description box below. But good luck, guys. I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next one.